This is Musical Talk.
Musical Talk.
The UK's independent musical theatre podcast.
Musical Talk. The UK independent musical theatre podcast.
Welcome to episode 350 of Musical Talk, a very special episode this week. I'm joined here by the wonderful Mr. Mike Dixon. Hello, Mike, how are you?
I'm very good. 350 episodes. That's extraordinary, isn't it?
I know, you're telling me. There's still
amazing.
no money from it. We're in a very echoey room here at Arts Ed. We'll be talking to Jodie Prenger later when we talk a bit about Arts Ed, but tell me about your association with Arts Ed, the greatest musical theatre school in the country.
Well, I've on and off, I've always thought that Arts Ed is really good. So much so that actually both my daughters have gone to school here.
Under the Mike Dixon Scholarship.
I wish. Currently my daughter Meg, who's 16, has just done her GCSEs and is going into the sixth form at this.
Because it's actually a real school.
Absolutely.
It's not just a college.
Absolutely, and it looks after you academically, and it has very good GCSE results, both at 16 and A level and S level and all that sort of stuff. And then, of course, you've got all the performing arts stuff going on, and it's all in the same place. It's brilliant because you can go from 11 and do your maths exam, and then suddenly go downstairs and you're in the middle of a tap routine. Brilliant. It's the place. I think if there's any single place in the country that I would have liked to have gone to when I was a kid, it's this place.
They don't do MD courses or anything like that, which is a shame.
No, but young Barney Ashworth, who I've been doing some work with recently, Barney did the first MA course for musical direction here. And there was an MA course, and I think there were some directors, some choreographers, and a couple of MDs. And I've been in and done a couple of master classes for those peeps as well.
So what are we here today doing?
Well, I was asked about 6 weeks ago to put together a musical theatre medley for a big event in the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park this coming Friday the 19th of July. Eddie Izzard is fronting it, McFly, The Feeling, Pandemonium, various extraordinary acts are doing it. Absolute pop combos.
Hit parade people.
Absolutely. People from the hit parade, but no Alan Freeman, bless. No, seriously. All these, extraordinary acts, but they wanted a little homage to the West End. And they homage, yeah. So they came to me and said, would I be interested in putting something together? And I went, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to. And so I thought, the thing they said to me was they wanted to use We Are the Champions and We Will Rock You. Well, of course, show that I'm slightly involved.
And we have to say that this concert is in honour of the people, all the volunteers that helped out for the Olympics a year ago.
Absolutely, yes.
So We Are the Champions is a very apt
completely
song.
Yeah, completely. And yes, and the fact is that all those wonderful people who were wearing those extraordinary costumes, absolutely, the games makers, it's basically they're all going to be applauded.
And we all know one of them,
everybody knows one, absolutely.
Yeah, was one.
And they were, or was one, yeah. And they were just sensational, weren't they? And that train just went by then, that was lovely. But no, they were all sensational. So this is to applaud them, to give them a little bit of a way, and this big concert, which I think is happening on the 19th at about 4:00 in the afternoon. I believe it's being filmed as well, and so there will be a sort of edited highlights sort of thing. Anyway, so West End segment, and a segment that is going to make people want to get up and do stuff. So I thought to myself, well, okay, we've got to use We Are the Champions, we've got to use We Will Rock You. What other songs? I've got 10 minutes.
So you sat there on a warm summer night and you thought, what song can I use?
Oh, goodness me. And what a good idea. So basically I thought, well, it would be just, everybody loves summer nights. Everybody loves Summer Nights.
And knows Summer Nights.
And knows Summer Nights. It's such a good song. And then if you add on, and of course it comes from the West End and Broadway musical Grease, prior to it being a movie.
Musical
it is actually
Dixon
1993, yeah. But actually, Summer Nights was one of the songs that was written for the show back in 1969 when it was first performed in Chicago by when Jim Jacobs, who was one of the co-writers, and Warren Casey were actually in the show when they first wrote it in 1969.
Stanley and Sandy.
No, not quite, no. I think actually I think one of them was Doody and one of them was Roger, actually.
And also Grease has, Sue Pollard has played.
Sue Pollard played Marty, I think.
And Richard Gere, of course.
Richard Gere was,
famously.
absolutely. David, no, not David Ian. David Ian didn't play. There was somebody else extraordinary. Paul Nicholas, Richard Gere, somebody else. Can't remember.
And then Paul Nicholas and David Ian went on to produce the
1993 production.
The pink logo one.
The pink, absolutely. Where Robert Stigwood allowed us, for the very first time, to use the successful songs from the movie. So 1993 production, which then has been touring forever.
Lining your pockets, probably.
Well, lining the occasional, stopping my pockets from being threadbare, actually. I think that's the best way of putting it. But basically, that show was the first time that those songs from the movie, like Sandy, my brain's gone completely.
You're the One That I Want.
You're the One That I Want, thank you.
And John Farrow was...
And of course, Hopelessly Devoted to You.
And specifically written for the film for Olivia Newton-John by her own songwriter.
John Farrow?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But they had never been done in the show. So.
But also, a question I posed to you earlier, Mike, and hear your thoughts quickly on this. Do you think the film version of Grease, with John Travolta and Olivia Neutron-Bomb, as I believe, first ever jukebox musical to have good songs in it? Well,
because it had Hound Dog and things like that in it, it had a sort of jukeboxy sort of feel. And I think because it's got such a... Everybody knows Grease, don't they? Everybody knows Grease. So it has kind of become... It's become a jukebox musical of itself.
But not many people know the original Grease, with songs like the Alma Mater and the Alma Mater parody and All Choked Up.
All Choked Up, absolutely. And Alone at the Drive-In Movie, which of course is the song that Sandy replaced.
It is in the film though, as a bit of tribute.
It is. It's a bit of... It's an instrumental, isn't it? And
along with all the other songs.
Absolutely. Mooning and Magic Changes are also in the movie as instrumental.
And Cabaret, the film, did that as well. It had lots of songs cut from the film, put into diegetic music sources.
He's using big words, ladies and gentlemen, today. Diegetic.
Comes from a record player, for example.
Yes, and non-diegetic is normal musical theatre. So... There you go. You've learned something. Anyway, going back to Grease. So Summer Nights. Let's use Summer Nights because everybody knows Summer Nights. What fun that would be. And then, of course, the other huge West End hit that has been going on forever of late, and also will get people up dancing, is Mamma Mia and Dancing.
That's the only show you were using which you weren't involved. So was there any difficulty getting?
Well, no, because ABBA's music is out there, so it's all good. But as far as I'm aware, we have permission to use.
You'll find out if you don't.
We'll find out, yeah. But if we don't have permission, then oops. But no. We of course we're basically saying, look, all these wonderful people. Here's some really fun West End stuff sung by some really good West End people also. I mean, we've got we're using the Arts Ed choir, which is why we're rehearsing here. So that's 20 people from Arts Ed who are graduates in the graduate course or just finished. We've got 8 West End ensemble people, including the wonderful Amanda Coots. And
what were you calling them during rehearsals?
Oh, they're Marvy Old Pros.
Or mops.
Marvy Mops, yeah. So I've got the Marvy Old Pros and the Arts.
They're still younger than I am.
Well, yeah, they're younger than most of us. But so it's really nice. There's this group of 8, and then 3 principals, and the 3 principals are still one of my all-time favourite voices Ricardo Alfonso, who's just finished in Top Hat, but also played in We Will Rock You, played Galileo in We Will Rock You for, I think, two and a half years, who's just an extraordinary talent.
And I sat down and spoke to Ricardo and Lauren Samuels, and this is what we had to say here at the Arts Educational Theatre School in Chiswick, West London. And I'm here with Lauren Samuels again. Hello, Lauren.
Hello.
How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Yes, and I'm here with Ricardo Alfonso.
Hello.
And we
Nice to
are,
meet you.
for the day, we've been practising for a very, very large concert that's happening in London.
Boiling at the moment. We're all suffering in the studio trying to practice.
Yeah.
So there is a 15-minute musical medley in this concert, for which you two are 2 out of 3 starring lights in it, and Jodie Prenger is joining us later. You might be able to hear in the background some strains of Dancing Queen and Summer Nights and We Will Rock You.
And we are the champions.
And we are the champions. When did you two get on board with this? Because they're quite quick turnarounds, these concerts, aren't
Yeah, they work very fast. Actually, I can't remember now. When
I got
was
an
it?
email from Mike maybe 3 weeks ago.
I got through Twitter. I got a direct message from Mark as well. Yeah, something like that. 3 weeks, month, something like that. And I immediately said, yes, please count me in. I would love to do it.
That's exactly what I said. A concert for 50,000 people.
Yes, I'm
sure,
in.
I'll do it.
Now, you both come from real Rocky backgrounds, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Ricardo,
Yeah.
tell us about what you're involved with.
I did Rocky from 2006 with a bit of gap in the middle till 2011. And it was the best time of my life, I gotta say.
In London, or...?
In London, in the West End, yeah.
You probably know one of my co-presenters, Andrew Edwards, from...
I think I do, yeah.
He was the ensemble for a long time.
Oh, wow.
Boy George.
Oh, wow.
And you've just come off the tour, haven't you?
Yeah.
Last time we spoke.
Yeah, the very last time we spoke was right before we were about to embark on our 6-month European stadium tour of it. Yeah,
Epic tour.
Yeah, so that finished
Tell us
only
about
about 4 weeks ago.
How did that go, Lauren?
Yeah, it was hard. I previously played Scaramouche in the West End, and then to go off and do a European tour of it to, in arenas was hard, I have to confess. I thought, it's going to be great, it's going to be like a holiday, I already know the show like the back of my hand, but it wasn't. It was tough. We were playing to thousands of foreign people who didn't really understand the language a lot of the time, but it's been a fantastic opportunity.
What were the audiences like?
Well, they varied. Sometimes they were there just to enjoy the music, and I mean, why not? Queen songs, fantastic, and they're so well known throughout the whole of Europe.
Let's face it, it's why one goes to see the show.
Well, yeah, and then at other times they would get the jokes and they'd get the language, and they'd be laughing along. So I mean, everywhere was different. But one part in the show that they always were up on their feet screaming for was when I show their flag on my pants. I had many different flag pants, and they all liked that, so that was good.
Did you have to keep them?
I do have a large collection.
Are you wearing them now?
Boys.
We Will Rock You is always interesting. We talk about it a lot on the podcast, but it started out as a very British show, and now it's doing the sort of unthinkable. It's now about to embark on a US tour. It's currently playing in North America. It's playing near
now?
Yeah, I think it's now playing near New York and things. And
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it finishes Texas. I think that's the last venue in the States. But it goes to show you how much the show still has legs, and there's so much life in
maybe
it.
a Broadway,
Yeah, maybe.
So.
Yeah, maybe,
I think
and
it
it would be
should.
great.
You should do it, I think.
Well, I tell you what, if it does do a Broadway one, I'll be straight on the phone to Ben Houghton. Give me the part!
Hello, Ben.
So obviously your training for the arena tour will be good for this event, Lauren, because
Well, yeah.
I think they've sold 30,000 tickets at the moment, and
Yeah,
another.
we didn't quite sell that many when we were abroad, but we did have sort of 5,000 and 6,000 people in the audience, which is a dance like bigger than the West End. But this will definitely be the most I've played to live.
And do you know the story that Mike has shared about the sound system for this show?
I've heard about this.
We've heard it's pretty catastrophic. Yeah,
We've heard it's 105 decibels, which is in geek term for fucking loud, I think.
And I mean, We Are the Champions and We Will Rock You is already loud enough, so this is going to sound...
I felt like saying to Mike, what you mean it's actually louder than the Dominion Theatre?
Yeah, right.
Yes,
Louder than the arenas that we were playing, and it was loud, so...
But that's what's great about this show, and you're Grease appears in this medley. You're doing one of the greatest musical theatre songs of all time, I think. Because I've been in rehearsals for this show today, and we've been deconstructing Summer Nights, and it's a really good story song.
It's a great song.
It's a great character song. I agree. Danny Zuko and Sandy, they're fantastic characters, aren't they? They're just really good characters, and people relate to them so easily. And the song's brilliant, really well.
Sandy was my West End debut, so I hold it very close to my heart. In fact, singing it this afternoon,
a tear in your eye.
Well, I'm doing it exactly how I did it 3 years ago. It's funny how you remember, isn't it? My body just went, oh yes, I know this. We know this,
Grease is like We'll Rock You. It's one of these musicals that's a bit cliche now, but the original of Grease was really raucous. I mean, the original but in 1960, and it's sort of been watered down nowadays.
Family-based shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
What could be more family-based than, if you want to be popular, smoke, drink, and dress in leather.
And change your appearance for a man, because that's a great moral.
That's very good morals. Not.
No, ladies, don't do that.
No, please don't. That was a joke.
So, are you ready for your gargantuan performance? This is on Friday, so...
I don't feel ready yet. It's only Monday. We've just started learning the material today. I mean, we already know quite a lot of material, but we've still got choreography and costumes and things to put in there.
I've just finished my holiday. You've just finished your holiday. So it's kind of like a shock to the system, isn't it? Come on, now, wakey, let's go.
I got back off holiday yesterday.
You've been to Australia?
Yeah, got back from Australia yesterday, a little bit jet lagged. Here I am singing again, like,
Well, they say jet lag takes the amount of hours that you've crossed. So if you went to New York, it's 5 hours, so that's 5 days of jet lag. So how many hours behind is Australia? 9. So you'll be over it in 9 days.
Yeah, great.
So after the gig, it's fine.
Yeah.
On Monday you'll be fine.
It's fine.
That's great.
Do it in your sleep, literally.
No, but I'm very excited. About Friday.
So tell our listeners what the concert is and where they can find.
Friday the 19th, which is this Friday, Go Local are putting on a big concert at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park for thousands of people. I think it includes McFly is singing there, The Feeling. They've got Eddie Izzard coming along. So
Attraction as well from Britain's Got Talent as well. And what's the name of that comedian? That fantastic comedian from Britain's Got Talent. That kid. What's his name?
I don't know. I don't watch Britain's Got Talent.
My memory escapes me.
But anyway, loads of amazing people, and we're going to be there doing a little 15-minute slot of classic West End.
With the biggest sound system ever. So.
Yes! Come along and be blown away!
Also rehearsing at Arts Ed is director John Garfield Roberts. Hello, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Tell us what we're doing, or what you're doing today, apart from sweltering, which seems to be a theme of the day. We're sat outside.
I know, it is very hot. We're rehearsing for Momentous Musicals, which is a UK tour of all the best songs from some of the biggest and most momentous of musicals, with Gareth Gates, John Owen Jones, Ashley Gray, Rachel Wooding, and a host of up-and-coming musical theatre stars like Bronte Barbie and Richard Lowe.
Now, this made its first appearance last year, is that correct?
It did. We had a one-night concert at the New Wimbledon Theatre with Gareth Gates last year with a few other celebrities, and we decided to bring it back, but it's an all-new show. It's there's a few songs that we did last year, but 90% of it is completely new for this year.
They're popular, these kind of jukebox of, hits from the shows. How do you make it different every year? Because we've seen Glenn Carter wandering around for no reason that we can fathom, but he was recently in a show called West End Men, which is another one of these very enjoyable compilation shows. So how do you go about making them stand out and different?
I think initially what you start off with is who have you got in your cast? Who are the stars? And they trying to find out what songs A will suit them. And B, is there any surprise songs? Like, I know there's a song in this year's show for Momentous with Rachel Wooding. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's so not what you expect Rachel to sing, and it's a little bit exciting from someone who's usually known for the more rocky and poppy side of musical theatre. So that's going to be a surprise. I think it's staying true to who you've got in the cast, and also making the music the star. I think sometimes you can overcomplicate with, like you said, storylines and stuff, and actually people are there to hear that star singing that song.
And also it's good if you take a song and completely twist on its head musically what it can do. Like, you take a song and put it in a rock, that's to, like Castle on a Cloud or something from Les Mis
yeah.
and do it as a kind of grungy thing, for example. I doubt there have been extremes that far, but it's an idea, and that's what's also exciting about these sorts of concerts.
Yeah, no, completely. There's songs in this year's show where we've got what ordinarily would be a female song being sung by a male, and ordinarily a female song being sung by a male, and duets swapping who sings it. So I think it's quite interesting, but I always say to Kate, because the people want to come to hear those songs, and actually you still got to stay true to what that song embodies. And granted, you can take songs out of their concept, but the music is the star, I think.
So where can people go and see this momentous musical event?
Momentous Musicals opens at the New Wimbledon Theatre on the 17th of July. Then we go to the Torquay Princess Theatre on the 19th of July, Bradford at the Alhambra on the 22nd of July, and we close at the Palace Theatre in Manchester on the 25th of July.
Lovely. Thank you very much, and good luck with the show.
Thank you very much.
Mike, one thing which has really impressed me today is the speed at which these students and professionals are picking the songs up, and I noticed some of them aren't looking at the sheet music, so obviously some of them can't read music. How do you go about working with people who can't read music?
Well, you work on the premise that basically most of the people that you work with don't read music properly, so you teach, but in a sort of manner of by rote, if you like. So I'll show them the harmony, and the people who make it in the business generally are those people who've got very quick minds, and they'll retain. And so you heard, within a day we've basically learned this 10-minute routine with some quite complicated harmonies in it.
Well, they know tomorrow when they're dancing will be another story.
Well, they're not going to be doing huge routines, so it should be okay. But I'm reckoning that usually on the first day they get it in, the second day they'll lose 10-15% of it, third day they'll start regaining, and then in fact for this week I'm around tomorrow morning, then tomorrow afternoon I'm working with the band, which is a brilliant pop rock and roll band led by Joseph Ross, who is JLS's musical director.
Another pop combo.
Absolutely, another pop combo, yeah. But Joseph is... I've known Joseph on and off for years. He and I actually first worked together when I was working with Will Young and Gareth Gates on their first tour, just after Pop Idol. There you go. But Joseph
we have to talk about Pop Idol in one episode, Mike.
Oh, we will. Actually, that's a good idea. I should do, shouldn't I? Yeah, well, we'll do that another time. Anyway, we've also got, of course, the brilliant and gorgeous Jodie Prenger. Jodie, who I know from Nancy, but we've done a couple of Friday Night Music Nights together, and of course we did the abortive Coronation Street musical last year together. So dear Jodie, it's an absolute joy to have her doing this, and she's going to sing Dancing Queen with Lauren Samuels as the sort of the two girls, with the rest of our ensemble all singing all the harmonies and stuff. So it's fab, absolutely fab.
And I had a very hilarious conversation with... Can you have anything but a hilarious conversation with Jodie? No. So here is a normal conversation that happens to be hilarious I had with Jodie Prenger. Welcoming back to Musical Talk, Jodie Prenger. Hello, Jodie. How are you?
Hello. When you say musical talk, it sounds so rich. I'm very well. I'm very, very well. How are you?
I'm hot. I've been here since 10 o'clock this morning, rehearsing.
What, do you want pity?
No.
You're not going to get it from me. It's glorious sunshine.
Yes, outside.
Shoot your trap and burn. That's what I say.
We have been rehearsing, as we've been talking about, for this magnificent concert that is going to appear at the weekend in Queen Elizabeth Park for all the lovely people who have volunteered for the Olympics.
It's great, isn't it?
Yes.
I think it's... Do you know what? I know it's long gone, but it's still something we should be so proud of, and we should celebrate, because everyone puts so much effort into it. And these events are like anything. They get everyone together, and the kind of the musical theatre section is just... Oh, it's really good. I actually, when I first arrived here, I stood outside the room and I got like tingles hearing the choir rehearse.
I've known Artsed all my life, but it's a really...
Nice guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, good old Artie.
Yeah, it's near Marks and Spencer as well. But Artsed is a really special place, for musical theatre.
It's like Hogwarts. It's like the Harry Potter of music. In fact, I thought I saw Harry Potter walk by. I've never seen a Harry Potter film.
Well, today I've seen Gareth Gates.
No, you've not.
We have. He popped in because he's rehearsing for Momentous Musicals downstairs.
Who else has been in? Look at you, little star spotter.
There's somebody else there. Well, Jodie, Lauren, you, Mike.
I only made my fame on Crime Watch. I'm surprised I'm still here, dear.
It's a really special place.
No, it's great. It's a great place, and you know when you kind of accumulate so many brilliant people all under one roof, and you've got Mike Dixon, head in the front. He is actually the most amazing kind of MD because he has this.
It's even part of his name.
Exactly, and he has got this capability to calm you. So when you're spitting feathers, forgetting your harmonies, and your Spanx are too tight. Not that I'm saying he's got anything to do with Spanx, but he's just so brilliant at creating a musical masterpiece and making you nice and calm at the same time. So no.
And Mike's lovely, and I've said this to Mike many times.
To his face. Why would you said behind his back? This is musical theatre, dear. It's kiss, kiss, stab, stab.
Yes. I came up with a wonderful joke the other week. A friend of mine said, I want to go on holiday.
Yeah.
And I suppose going on holiday is almost like, going to a networking event. You leave with a brown nose and, But anyway, Mike is wonderful because he's very good at what he does.
Yeah, extremely.
But he's also a wonderful person, which adds that onto a whole different level of working with him. And I think that's why he's very successful in his field.
I couldn't agree more. It is. Do you know what? We are kids in a playground. We are given the most beautiful capability to sing these great songs and act out these amazing acts. But also at the same time, it's a massive responsibility to kind of make a production like that and keep the same level that it's kept at. The West End is such a high standard. I think it's just the best in the world. So you need somebody like Mike Dixon on board to keep the levels high, and somebody like me to keep them grounded, dear. That's what they've called me in for.
To keep the excitement level high.
To keep slightly, yeah.
I want to track back to your career, Jodie, because it's been.
Oh God, which part? Go on.
Well, tell us if. We have many listeners all over the world. Tell us,
funny enough, going back to the thing that really kind of put me into my dreams coming true was the Nancy show, the I'd Do Anything. And it's so bizarre because that show is actually shown across the world, and it was shown in Australia, and my nan's long lost brother, sadly,
Nan means grandmother here.
Yeah, sorry, grandmother.
It's northern for grandmother.
My nana. And sadly she's no longer with us, but her brother got in touch with us through the show, and it was like a Cilla Black, surprise. So no, I've had a very varied career. I'd like to compare it to Tourette's, and I've done an awful lot of things. Some I'm proud of, some that will be on YouTube and I can never get off. So that's just the way I am at the minute.
Well, I mean, you bring up a fascinating point. These your moments on I Do Anything, and everyone's moments on I Do Anything, are permanently
scarred,
etched.
They are
etched in YouTube.
Yeah.
And just downstairs as well today, there's rehearsals for the Twitter search for a composer with a West End producer.
Are they doing it downstairs?
They were rehearsing downstairs earlier. So the internet has really changed everything. Well, hello listeners, you're listening to this on musicaltalk.co.uk, and that blended with television has seen a whole new sort of wave of casting. Now, obviously you're very for the reality casting.
Do you know what I am? And I'm not.
But I wanted to ask you how, having done it and won it and got the part for Nancy at the theatre.
Having done 2 reality TV shows, The Biggest Loser and I'd Do Anything. I just pick the most glorious names, don't I? It's just, it's that kind of thing. I think the shows like, I Do Anything, Andrew Lloyd Webber, really produces talents, and it really makes amazing careers, for everybody. Like Lauren, again, another kind of Andrew Lloyd Webber candidate and stuff, and I think it just produces great talent. And for people who endlessly try, like I did, to get into the West End and just never kind of hit it, it's just that golden opportunity. And I'm going to sound the soppiest of cows, but darling, I have had every dream come true, and it was just amazing and wonderful and glorious. But then you speak to kind of people who who are genuinely, you know, when these people are like, they're famous for no reason whatsoever. They're famous because they've just got a really funny fake tan and they can't really do anything, and they can't really do anything. I think it's sad, you know, people like the Olympians and stuff, and people who can belt out a tune, and the West End is full of the most glorious voices you'll ever find. I think it's great to celebrate them, you know, and for kids to look up to them. But I'm sounding like my nan, basically, but I'm going to get off my little soap dish. But it's just that I think we should celebrate great talent like we have.
Well, we have to say we've been working today with a 40-member choir made up of old arts ed students and current arts ed students, and they sound fantastic.
They do, don't they?
And the speed at which these kids are, and that's what they are, they're
kids. Oh,
Some of them,
God. You know you're getting old when you start calling them kids.
These whippersnappers,
I remember when they were knee-high drum grasshopper day.
They're picking up these complex harmonies written by Mike Dixon for We Are the Champions and Summer Nights, which everyone knows, but it's trickier than you think, that song. And they are just getting it like that.
But you know what? You know when you get there and there's going to be like a sea of 50,000 people singing along with you, that is the biggest, most amazing thrill everyone's going to have. And it is that, you know, the Go Local event, I think it's just going to turn into one big party. But it's like I said, you do need people like Mike Dixon to keep everything so kind of professional. But I just think, you know, concerts and shows in the West End and even shows here at Arts Ed are electric. So, you know, anyone, if any chance, just go and see them. Probably they can't if people are in China. That's a bit of a far-fetch.
The Lord. Now, we have to say that, you know, you're obviously very close to
I'm not that religious.
You're close to Andrew
Was
Lloyd
it me
Webber.
beard and me sandals that kind of swayed you?
Lord Lloyd Webber is the president of Arts Educational
Yes.
Schools, and he's very kindly given them a bit of dough to give them a new theatre, which is wonderful. And it's going to be opening in October. And it's going to be all singing, all dancing, if you'll pardon the pun.
Yeah.
And just wonderful for the school to get, let's say, the renovation it deserves. Probably.
It does, I think the talent we produce here in the UK is phenomenal. I'm very proud to kind of be part of the whole thing. And Andrew Lloyd Webber is such a great promoter, and he's such a great backer in this whole kind of industry. There's so many things that you don't know he does. The same with Cameron McIntosh. You don't kind of see the true works of what they do and exactly what they kind of put into it. So which is kind of an unsung hero kind of way. To keep this business going.
You're very punny. I do want to talk. I mean, at Christmas we had Grant Olding on the podcast, and. Well, tell us, you obviously know Grant's works.
Do you want the dirt, the real dirt? Well, anyway, fasten your internet belts, you're in for a bumpy ride. Well, it was a dark and stormy night, and Grant... No, he was great. He kind of...
Because you're in One Man, Two Governors at the moment.
Yeah, I've just funny enough, One Man, Two Knickers, I call it. Finished that in January.
Oh, forgive me, sorry about that.
So, yeah, finished that in January. Had a total phenomenal time. Loved it. Never thought this girl from, I know it sounds stupid, this girl from Blackpool will be doing a national theatre show and talking to Night Hickner. I'll start as I mean to go on, I'm just letting me put my teeth back in. But working with people like Nick and Adam was amazing, and the cast was brilliant, because it's like anything in this industry, you become a massive sponge, and I'm not just talking about the size of my backside. Because you just you learn so much every day, and that was a massive learning experience for me. And
because it's
totally different.
It's not a musical, but it is a musical in a way.
It's not. It's kind of very vaudeville. It's kind of a mixture of Carry On. It's very vaudeville, going back to the old kind of. And now I'm going to kind of entertain you with a little song before the next scene, and it's something you can't describe on Man Two Governors. You have to go see it. But the comical timing and the writing by Richard Bean.
I have to say, it's one of the funniest
it's great, isn't
afternoons.
It?
I was very lucky to go to an open dress
Oh, did you?
An open run for the understudies.
Oh, did you?
Which was great, and it was a very odd theatre experience because it was like going on a Ryanair flight. It was like, doors are open, come in and just grab a seat.
Yeah.
And
there's no trolley dollies in that.
There's no ushers, there's no ice cream, it's just come in, watch the show and piss off. So, and it was brilliant. The guy falling down the stairs.
It's great, isn't it?
It certainly deserves a second viewing, and I can't wait to go and see it again.
I think it's on for quite a while. It's still at the Haymarket now, so it's just finished its tour around the world, and I know, like around the world, Lisa Stansfield and but productions like that I think will have such longevity because they are just great British humour. And also, it's great for once it finally does end. The amateur stock market will be all over that show, like it's... There is. Talk about YouTube, right? This is brilliant. There has been a production from Kazakhstan who've made One Man, Two Governors, and I think Nick Hytner's seen it. It is hysterical. It's like, and this Alfie does this weird sketch, and then where the part I played Dolly, the three girls do a mixture of Gloria Gaynor's "I Will Survive." At once I was afraid, I was petrified.
Marlene Dietrich.
If everyone has YouTube, get on it and look for the Kazakhstan version of One Man, Two Governors. It is sensational.
Well, there you go. You've enriched our listeners' lives.
I've unearthed it for you.
That's hilarious. But Jodie Prenger, thank you very much for talking to us today, and good luck with everything else, and good luck with the concert. Mike, thank you so much for talking to us and being on our 350th episode of Musical Talk.
I'm honoured to be on the 350th. That's brilliant.
Well, it's a bit of a starry episode.
Yeah, so absolutely. Well, you've got some nice people on it.
We have, and we'll have you on again very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I need to do an interview of somebody. There was somebody we talked about, and I can't remember who it was now.
A certain producer on Twitter.
Oh yes. That's right.
And funny enough, they were rehearsing for that today as well down here. My friend Michael Peavoy says hello to you.
Oh yes, bless. Well, I'm adjudicating the finals on Sunday.
Well, speak to Mr. Producer then, Mr. West End Producer.
Mr. West End Producer, I will.
And I'm sure we'd love to have him on the show. Do we have to disguise his voice or something?
Well, we might need to. We might need to, because obviously, he'll be wearing his disguise. But it's wonderful that he's kept that a secret. I just love the fact that nobody knows who he is. And that's brilliant.
He'll stop knowing who he is soon. He'll be like Jeremy Brett and Sherlock Holmes and just become...
Absolutely.
He'll be a producer.
They'll imagine that actually he's a real person. Absolutely, of course. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Nick.
No, thank you very much, and enjoy the concert.
Thank you.
This episode of Musical Talk was presented by Nick Hutson and is copyright Musical Talk 2013.